We've been going through all the steps in the writing process from beginning to end, and we are finally up to step 4, which is the last step. We're going to revise and edit. We have a rough draft. We have written one. We're talking about improvements to the college that will entice new students. And so between videos, I went ahead and looked at our rough draft and found some areas of improvement that I saw in our paragraph. So I've highlighted those. Let's go through those together. When I wrote this sentence, I didn't really like it. First of all, one improvement might be textbooks. I like using the word improvement again from the topic sentence because it ties those sentences together, but I think I can do better with this sentence. So I need to take that highlighter off. Let's rewrite that sentence. And this is what I came up with. First of all, textbooks are one area that definitely needs improvement. So I kept the word improvement, but I think this sentence creates more of a sense of urgency and really drives home the point that we need to entice new students. So textbooks could be placed online for convenience. I don't think that gives enough specific detail. Convenient for whom? How is it convenient? So I'm going to add in another clause, another dependent statement, because many students prefer to take courses online. These online textbooks would be cheaper as well. I want to give a specific example of this. So I'm going to add a semicolon because these two sentences are related, and this will add a little variety to our sentence structure. Currently, a biology textbook alone can cost up to $200. That's a specific example that I've heard some of my students mention in class, so I included that. I think that's a memorable detail. So then we're going to talk about tuition. I like this supporting point sentence just fine. But notice here, I've highlighted this. We have a repeated phrase, students who, students who. Now remember back in the module where we talked about adding sentence variety. That was in the revise and edit module. One of the things that we said we could do was when we have a repeated subject is to add in, to replace that with a series. We could, if we have the same subject, we can get rid of one of those subjects and place the verbs in that sentence in a series. And let me just show you what I'm talking about. So we have students who could otherwise not afford college would be able to attend. Students who graduated college would have no student debt. So since I've got the same subject, let's just combine these two. Students who could otherwise not attend college would be able to attend, and there. I think I like this sentence better. I didn't do exactly what I said I was going to do as I was combining the sentences, but I've replaced one of the students who with a pronoun those. So I think that works better. Most importantly, daycare would be an improvement to attract many students. I've used this word improvement quite a few times throughout this paragraph, so I want to change this word. So what's another word for improvement? Most importantly, daycare would be an asset. How about that? That's a different, I think I misspelled it though. There, to attract many students. Many students are parents and need daycare. Having daycare on campus would be convenient. Now we've also used this word convenient before. So let's change that and add some specific detail. Having daycare on campus would mean that parents would be closer to their children throughout the day. That's more specific than just saying convenient. This daycare should also be more affordable. The high cost of daycare plus tuition might be too much for some parents. There. So now I've added some specific examples to this supporting point as well. So I think we have a pretty good paragraph here. We noticed what we did. We went through and found areas of improvement. We found supporting points that we could phrase the sentence a little better. We went through and added some sentence variety throughout. We added specific details that were missing. This is what you do when you revise and edit. Also at this point, if there had been any spelling mistakes or grammar mistakes, go through that grammar module and use that like a checklist. Look for fragments, run-ons, subject-verb agreement, things like that. But at this point, I think we're done. We have gone through the process from beginning to end, and now we have a finished product. So you notice when I didn't just take this question and sit down at the computer and write a paragraph. That's not what writers do. Writers use the process. We start with pre-writing, we generate our ideas, we put them in order, and then we write our rough draft, and then we revise and edit what we have. So as you move forward in the next modules and look at different rhetorical modes, remember that we always work the process.